Hello and welcome to another Instagram Live Summer Conversation series. I'm so excited to be hosting a guest that I've had on twice on the podcast, a friend of mine who is living her purpose, her soul work by serving a community of people, a very large community of people who are wanting to get in touch with their own medicine. And her name is Asha Frost. She is the author of You Are the Medicine. This is a book that I've so enjoyed reading, and I find myself reading it over and over again and diving into it because it really talks about so much wisdom that can be gained from the Indigenous community, and her story is incredible. And so I'd love to be able to look through it regularly. She is also the creator of the Sacred Medicine Oracle. And what is beautiful about this is these are beautiful cards that you can look at and select for just a way to really deeply tune into where you're at in your life. And so we're waiting for Asha to join us now. And hello to those who are joining. Welcome. It's always exciting when I get to have these conversations with people who are doing work in the world that is so incredibly empowering for those of us who maybe get disconnected from ourselves. It's very easy for us to forget the medicine that is within us. Our own personal journeys have so much value, and we can get caught up in just living life and following along with, the various responsibilities that we have, etc. And so when we are able to tune into ourselves, and when we're able to find a way to connect, not just with maybe something we're good at, but something that is inside of us that may have been tapping us on the shoulder for a while, something beautiful can happen. And what I've really loved is being able to connect with people who are living their life in this way as well. And Asha is one of those people. So what's been really fun about getting to know Asha is seeing her move from a very large group practice with her clients and a membership into reaching a wider audience with her writings, and now with this oracle deck. And she's been doing a lot of other things in terms of reaching out to larger groups. And I'm so grateful because I feel like her voice is one that needs to be heard by us. So I'm going to add her now. The audio may cut out for a moment, but Asha, welcome.
Thank you. It's so nice to see you.
It's so nice to see you. I was just giving a little intro about you and all your goodness. And, I just want to say, I love to be able to say to you face to face, like the difference that you've made in my life by really helping me get so much more present in the moment and in my own medicine, and not needing to look outside of myself so much, but to be able to know that like everything we have is right here. So I really appreciate you for doing that. And also for the witness of seeing you just so magically work in your own medicine. It's so beautiful to witness.
Aw, thank you.
How's your summer going?
It's been going. It's been good. It's been good. I've had some health issues, so I was in the hospital last week, but I'm out now.
Oh my goodness, I missed that. I was out of the country, so I don't know, my tech and my phone and email. It's kind of, I don't know. Emails and passwords. So I'm sorry, I did miss that. I hope that you're feeling so much better.
Yes. Slow. It's just, I have to, that slow summer medicine is calling.
Yes. Well, I feel so honored that you still were able to make this today. Oh my goodness, thank you for being here. And fortunately, it's a nice and short conversation as well, so it shouldn't really take up too much energy because we're talking about the things that you love, which is the work that you do. And I really would love, after I've shared a bit about you already, I would really love for you to share for us what has happened since we last spoke about your beautiful oracle card deck that I love. It sits near me. It's on my desk. It's beside my bed. Like, I just love it so much. What was it like creating it? And what is the aftermath of it being out into the world been like for you?
Oh goodness. It's interesting. It's interesting because I think that I was doing two launches of two big projects within one year was a lot. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I think that there wasn't a lot of time to really think about it too much. It was just like I wrote it, I created it. And then when it went out, I had to really let go of it and just trust that the spirit of the energy was doing its thing. So I've been enjoying receiving people's DMs and hearing about how the spirit of the deck is touching them and how the ripples of the deck is moving in their lives the way that I had hoped or I envisioned or I had intended for it to do. So that's really beautiful. So those are my favorite messages to get, is just hearing how the deck is speaking to people in their lives and how it's helping them and how it's transforming them. All of the things are really beautiful, but I had no idea what it was going to do. So it's been really delightful.
Isn't that just the journey of those of us who are in the entrepreneurial space, right? Like, okay, let's see how this goes. And people get to see the outcomes. And then there's so many other things I can say from my own experience, things that I've put out there and it's like, wah, wah, like, no, didn't work. And you know what? There's beauty in that because there's nothing wasted. It's all useful. And I just want to say hello to everyone who's joining us. Like, welcome. I didn't even promote this on Instagram. I just want to see if there's any little messages. Welcome, everybody. I'm trying to wave to everybody. It's so great that you're here. And yes, it's very obvious that people love to hear when Asha is in town visiting on the Instagram, saying, good to see you. Nice to see you up, Asha. Yes, taking care of your health for sure. Malachowski has done some amazing readings with Asha's cards. It's one of Joanna's favorite decks. Yes, and love your oracle deck. Christine says, yes. So welcome and thank you for being here, everybody. And this live summer conversation series that I wanted to do was really a way for me to just connect in with the voices of the people in my world, the ladies who are doing some cool things. And what I love so much about having you here, Asha, is I would love to, go through the deck a little and see what comes up. This is like the super fun of this, is being able to just take it right into the moment. I will say the last deck that I pulled was this one, Star Nations. And I always leave the last one like turned up on top and then to see, okay, what will the next one be, right? So what I can do in a little bit is I'd love to shuffle and maybe have you read some, but I'm curious to know what has been coming up for you in this season, because everything that I really teach and work with women on is self-care from a seasonal perspective, the seasons of life that you're in, the season of weather that we're in, the season of the world. So what has been coming up for you, like maybe even prior to this time where you were dealing with this illness, the gravity of the illness this time around?
Yeah, it's been a busy season. It's been a busy season of expansion and visibility. And especially, as I said, the book came out last March, and then the deck came out in February. So it wasn't even a full year that the book had been out. So I was in that up expansion spring, planting seeds and then really sharing all of that medicine with the world. And I was doing a lot of interviews and all the things that I love to do. And then a lot of speaking engagements. So June was National Indigenous Month, and I had the most speaking engagements that I've ever had. And then I also launched a course for the Hay House. So I knew it was going to be a big month. And again, it's all things that I love to do. So I know I talk a lot about rest and how to not burn out, because I go through burnout a lot. That's a phase that our cycle that I go through. And sometimes I find it hard when there are things that you love to do and you're asked to do, and it's a month that's really important to me. So I'm also sharing important messages for Indigenous Month, and then all of a sudden it becomes too much. So yes, so that's, so I think I'm in that death phase in that season. It was on the edge of that anyways, of like what needs to be let go of, what needs to die, what needs to clear out, what do I need to purify, so that I can make room for the next thing, whatever creation thing is meant to come in. But I definitely feeling the edge of that. And I knew it was coming, because we can't be in that giving and, doing all the time. So I knew it was coming, and I felt the edge of that. And I loved doing all the things. So that balance can be hard, right? It's like those things. I wrote about this in my email last week. It was like, yes, you need to take time for self-care. Yes, you need to see if you're burning out, and bills need to be paid, commitments need to be followed through on. Like, some of those things are essential. So the season that I'm in is, how do I balance being a mama of two little ones, running a full-time business, being out there all the time in this way, and then balancing that care for me. And it's a constant journey.
It really is. And I feel like you do it so gracefully, but also you do it so openly and honestly. Like the fact that you're saying, well, I burn out. That's one of the cycles. So many of us in the wellness space, in the personal growth space, if you will, may not want to be saying that message, because we feel like, oh no, I need to totally walk the talk all the time. But walking the talk is being honest about life is real. And these are the things that we experience. And so that is, again, the whole kind of seasonal element coming up. Oh, yay. We got somebody just ordered your book. So exciting. You're going to love it. You're going to love it so much. I just want you to know, I leave your book on the lamp table next to my couch downstairs. And so people come in and they're like, what's this? I'm like, well, go take a look. But it's also nice for me, because I can glance over and just, especially during a new or full moon, I can be like, ooh, let's just flip through here and see where we're at. And it takes me right back into going deep. So it's so wonderful to have around. We've got Silk saying, fantastic course, the Hay House course. You are such a light, sharing so much inspiring wisdom. It must feel so satisfying, Asha.
Oh, it is. It is. It has been really fulfilling. Like, it feels like, I was just on a podcast this morning, and she said, you talk about connecting to your original instructions. It feels like you are so connected to your original instructions and why you're here. And that was such a beautiful reflection for me, because it's true. I do feel like I'm living it out, and I intentionally want to do that. If I'm inspired by something is lighting my fire, then it wants to be expressed. And I'm so grateful I have the platform to do that.
You do. And I think that is, in some calls that we were on previously, like, I don't know, a year or two ago, and you would go through the group and you would kind of do just like a reading and think about like an animal that would represent the spirit that they're at. And I remember, I'll never forget, you said for me, butterfly, and then you had some beautiful words. And it was so wild how aligned that was. So you have an ability to see. And I think it's because you're so tuned in to your own medicine, you're tuned into your own walk. And that the fact that the honesty about where you're at any given time, and my goodness, like, for doing all the work that you're doing, there's such a relatability though, because being a mom of two guys, I mean, I don't know, mine are teens now, but it never stops. They're so busy, and you want to have that connection. And so being able to see all these different facets of the life that you're living, and how you're still able to really prioritize those things that are important to you, is really a gift. And I guess it's the daily practice, right? Like, I'm so curious, when you are needing to really scale back, like for instance, after this really big time that you had in June, what are your like top one or two go-to practices that they're non-negotiable for you?
Early bedtime is non-negotiable.
Yes.
But I that for practicing that probably for the last almost 3 months, is I've been going to sleep really early, just because I knew that I needed that. We talk about rest, and I think we think about naps, or we think about taking rest and taking days off. And I think sleep at night is just something that sometimes we overlook, right? So I've been really just, that's when I could get my rest. So I, like 9 o'clock, I knew that I had to do that to be able to rebuild my capacity. That was so important. And then my daily walk and my early bedtime, those things, they sound so simple, but those things are so, they're non-negotiables for me. If I don't have those, then I feel really off balance.
Yeah, I would say I resonate very deeply. The morning walk, if the morning walk isn't happening, I feel like a little disconnected from myself, because when I'm connecting to myself, I'm connected out there. I know you're extra connected when you're in the water too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely water, but we do what we can. The trees will have to do, especially when we're living where we live,
Yeah.
right, in the cities. But that sleep, it's so important. And so, wow. So everybody, this is so fantastic. We got someone who's Dawn's reading your book now, loving it. And she uses your cards every day. That's so awesome. Oh, I love it. And speaking of cards, because we want to keep this short, even though I really just could spend hours and hours with Asha, and I'm like, when you're up for it, I know we had talked about June. Isn't that funny? We're talking about, let's get together in June. That was your busiest month ever. Like it all worked out that it didn't happen, but I would love to come up and just spend some time with you. So I'm gonna, for now, to keep it short, we'll maybe pick 2 cards.
Or how about you pick 2 and I'll pick?
Okay. Why don't you start? You're my guest. Please, you start.
Okay, so let's choose a card for all of the people on here, all of the beautiful that are joining us. If you have a question in your heart or a question on your mind or something that you've been struggling with or moving through, just put that out there. Put that out there and just feel into that. And we'll see what the cards have to say about it. Oh, yes. I did write a book. It's called You Are the Medicine. Okay, so let's see. If you have a question, let the card say.
This is the book right here. Oh, it's backwards, but that says You Are the Medicine.
So you got this spring equinox card, which is the eagle card, which is the flight card. So whatever question that you're holding in your heart, this is that medicine of, it is time to plant seeds, take action, move your vision into creation, into the world. It is time to presence your wings and know that your wings, you are meant to be here. You're meant to spread them. You are meant to expand. So it's a time of expansion for anyone who's on here listening to the replay. Anything that you're getting, those flutters of knowing, those sparks of inspiration, those senses that, oh my goodness, I need to go in that direction. This is confirmation that you do. Indeed, you eagle is up, watching your vision, holding it strong, and just bringing in that capacity that you need to take that flight. So please do it. Just do it. Eagle.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Okay, I'm going to pick one now. And I'm going to let Asha tell you some beautiful meaning from it, because the book is so lovely. Ooh, sweetgrass blade.
Oh,
Braid.
Beautiful. So sweetgrass is one of our important medicines, and it is one of our sacred medicines. It is a medicine of kindness, and we braid it from the earth. It's considered Mother Earth's hair. So that card in particular is speaking to folks who are givers and give a lot. And it's saying it's time in your life right now to receive. It's time to open yourself up to receive for all that you've given. Can you take a breath and expand your heart even more? It's a time of receptivity. So I know there's probably many givers in your community. So this is on point for those people who now the cycle is changing into a time of receiving. So that is what that card means.
Oh, I love it. That's so seasonal too, right? I feel like this solstice season, I feel like we're still in the solstice season. That's very much the vibe, right?
Yeah, summer is about that, receiving and playing and all those beautiful things. So, and the sweetgrass is out right now. So yes, it's a perfect card.
I love it. Perfect. All right, your turn to pick.
So let's do this. I know I asked if there's like a question on your heart. Let's ask, this is going to be a future card. So this is, we are in this receptivity season. We're going to ask where we're going. Where are we going? Maybe for the fall. Where Spirit guiding us? Where are we being directed to? Oh, So we got the winged one card, the trust card, the hummingbird. Hummingbirds are so magical. They remember everywhere they've taken a drink from. They remember where they get their nectar from. They trust that they can travel long, long distances from one place to another, and they'll always be fed. So this card is saying, you know, if you're in that eagle season and you're planting that seed and you're putting that vision out, that you must trust that the next season is saying it's all going to work out. And the times that you have doubt rising or fear or doubts, you know, where you're just like, oh, it's not going to happen. Hummingbird's saying, yes, it is. Can you lean into creation holding you? Can you lean into creation saying you are meant for this? You will always be fed. You'll have the nectar you need, and creation's cheering you on. So those parts together are a really good message for those who are on here who are creators.
I love it. Yes, we have so many creators in this space of one kind or another. And what a beautiful thing to claim as we're moving into this time. And like really every day can be like that. But it's so nice to have that reminder. And so, oh, okay. Seriously, we've got summer solstice deer. Like,
just see.
It's always so aligned, Asha. It's always so aligned. I love it.
I love that. So that's the season we're in. You know, we moved to the solstice on the 21st of June, and the summer is obviously the season after the spring. So we chose the Eagle card. And so summer solstice is confirmation that you're in the right place right now. And it's a time of nourishing. So make sure that you're tending to yourself. This is a message for me too. Make sure you're tending to yourself as you're creating in the world. Make sure you're being gentle with yourself, and anything that's rising that feels like it's like an inner critic, or parts of you that feel harsh with yourself, bring deer medicine in to bring that gentleness and self-care, because it's important for your sustainability.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm receiving that right now. This is good. This is so good, Asha. And everyone who is here, really, you know, go back and listen. If you're just joining now, go back and listen to the start, because we've pulled a few different things. Asha has shared a little bit of her journey recently that's really powerful, and from a really honest place of like, this is real life, right? We sometimes can take authors and people on stages and we somehow categorize them as like superhuman. And really, we're all human. It's just like each of us are given a different kind of platform, and Asha's embracing hers and needing to care for herself in the process. So that's something for all of us to remember. And it helps us have grace on every single person that we meet as well. And I'm seeing some beautiful messages, people who are saying, thank you so much. This was needed. Shouldn't we work with the spirit of deer as well? Right? Like having that spirit inside of us. Like that's exactly what we're talking about. And so if you haven't already read the book or got the book, it's everywhere you can buy books. You Are the Medicine. It's a fabulous read, and it's one to return to. And then of course there is the Sacred Medicine Oracle deck. And the nice thing is it comes with the cards, and it also comes with the book, of course, describing what each card means. So that's really special. And of course, if you haven't already checked out the course that Asha has just recently done on Hay House, tell us where we can go access that, Asha, and all of those details.
Yeah, I think it's on Hay House website. So yeah, I mean, the launch happened last month, but I believe that it's on Hay House's website. If you just type in my name, you should be able to find all my products. I have some audios to some meditations on there too, if you want to listen to some journeys that are guided, that are really powerful.
So wonderful. Asha, I so appreciate you being here, especially given the last week that you've had. I'm sending so much healing love your way, and I'll be in touch outside of this live as well. And everyone who joined us, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for your support for Asha, and for just this beautiful message of being able to live our full potential in this moment, to be the medicine and to be the light as we walk through our life together. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. And Asha, I'm going to be in touch with you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.